coach, and you're young enough to, you know, sort of see through the lenses of a young individual, of a high schooler, right? But old enough
Yeah.
to see through the adult lenses at the same time. So, what advice would you give to an individual who's just starting out in life?
Um,
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another interview and or podcast episode. Where today we've got an assistant coach, right? Assistant coach.
yeah,
Yeah. Assistant coach and former high school football player and track runner, Michael Kline on. So, Michael, how are you today? And thank you for taking some time to sit with me.
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Can't complain. I'm alive, and that's all that matters.
Good, man. So, what's new in your life? How's life treating you? Give us the updates. The floor is yours.
Recently got my real estate license, so I'm just working on that. Like literally just about a month ago. So, I joined a brokerage recently, and I'm just doing a lot of learning. That's really all it is. I'm not expecting to get money out the gate. Sometimes it happens like that, but I'm just trying to learn everything, learn how to run a business, and cover all that before. And thankfully, I don't have a lot of expenses I got to deal with, so it's not like I need to rush that process.
What got you interested in trying out real estate?
I've always been interested, but the fact that you know, I'm not like I do have to make my own schedule, but I'm not tied down to someone making a schedule for me. Like I can make my own schedule. I can adjust it, I can adjust it to whatever I have going on. Like it's up to me, and like if I were to any salary or hourly job, like you could work hard, and like maybe like an hourly job you could work hard and still make extra money, but like your hard work won't translate the same as salary and an hourly job. Like you could work extra hard and not get that much, but if you do this and you work really hard, they're like there's no ceiling really. There's
So
no
you feel more.
ceiling. Ultimately, huh?
I was just gonna say, like, you feel more accomplished as an individual working.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got, and the goal is to buy my time back. Work hard now, and then my time will come back to me later, and hopefully ultimate goal is to retire early.
What age you want to retire at?
The goal is
Yeah.
40. 40.
40?
Yep.
Young retirement. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, take me back to Friday Night Lights, man. What is your favorite memory from playing on Friday night?
My favorite memory was um, I'd say my senior year, which ultimately I wouldn't say got cut short. It was short because I got hurt right before the season started, but I was able to play in one game, which that was fall of 2020. We played Harmony, and the game ended up being in like December because um we were gonna make the playoffs. It was like an opt-in option, but regardless, we were still gonna make the playoffs. And then that first week, we're starting to get ready to play. Um, Someone on our team got COVID, so whenever around that time, if someone on your team gets COVID and tests positive for it, the whole program has to shut down for 2 months or
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah. I remember that.
So that immediately, no playoffs, no chance at that at all. So then we ended up getting playing Harmony. Like the Harmony game got pushed back and everything, and we ended up playing them in December. So we went like a whole month without even playing a game. So it was and you could tell both sides were a little rusty, but it was just nice being able to end off a good senior season. I think we had like 9 wins that year. It was just great being able to beat that team because that's like one of your big rivals.
That was that was season of 2020 though, right? Like fall of 2020, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Dude, that year
Hmm.
sucked. That
It
year
did.
was just
It did suck.
terrible. That
That
was
sucked.
awful,
Like my
man.
junior year going into it sucked. Like I was running track, and that got cut like maybe a month into the season.
Yeah, dude.
That's when everyone got sent home. So that sucked.
What accomplishment are you most proud of? Could be sports related, or could not be sports related. But what accomplishment are you most proud of?
Um, I got something that's I'm about to accomplish soon, and I'd probably say that would end up being my most proud of right now. In like 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tomorrow, I'll have my car paid off in less than a year, and I
Okay,
bought it. I bought it. I bought it. Yeah, I bought it on my birthday last year. Bought it on my birthday last year. My birthday's in today's Wednesday. My birthday's in 2 days, and the payments didn't start. I didn't start making payments on it until like June, and I haven't paid off in like first week of May.
dude. I thought your birthday was today, though. Honestly, I was like, oh, his birthday
Nah,
today. But I saw like on Snap, like you're the little guy wasn't
the little
like,
icon. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like birthday or whatever. So I was like, I don't know, maybe
Mm-mm.
I read your text wrong or something. Um,
Nah, nah,
so
nah.
as we know, you're a coach, and I wanted to
Mm.
ask you: do you feel like being a younger coach is more of an advantage or an obstacle as far as the way players respond to you?
It can be both. You just kind of have to um set your standards, and there's you want to be able to build good relationships with your players, but you don't want to be too close to them. Like as far as like having that type of relationship, like you know, you're there to build a relationship, but you're not you're not trying to be their friend. You know,
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm there to be a coach, and teach them about football and life lessons, just help them be a better person. So, um, it all depends. Like I can see it as an advantage because some players, won't exactly respond to someone that's like 50 something years old the same as they would to me. Because they know that, oh, I have more recent experience with playing football or stuff like that. So it could be both, really, but it all really depends on how you start that relationship. You start trying to be buddy buddy with them a little bit too much, then that can end up biting you in the butt later. As far as now it's kind of at a disadvantage because they don't really respect you the same. But at the beginning, you set your standards. You let them know like this is my expectation of you, and you guys can go from there and build a great relationship. I have several several athletes that I have good relationships with that are close in age with me, but I make sure to let them know like, hey, at the end of the day, I'm not here, I'm not your friend, but I want to have good relationships with my players, and that they'll respect me, listen to me, but we can also I'm also there for them.
I was actually going to ask that, but you kind of answered. Do you think that the players view you as like one of them just because a few years ago you were in that position?
Um, some of them was I was in a position like that 2 years ago, whereas when there were some of the seniors and juniors that had played with me, or may not have played with me, but were still in a football team and know that I played football too. Um, but some of them at first, it was kind of a little weird. They're like, I was playing with you like 2 years ago. Like, what? Why
Yeah.
should I listen to you? And I'm like, I don't care. I'm here to coach, and I'm here to help you be a good young man and um, do what I need to do. So like, you trying to be a little buddy buddy with me? Like, you made a mistake. Okay, you got push-ups. Like, you drop a ball. Oh, you gotta go touch the fence or whatever the situation may be. I that's the standard. That's the expectation. And if you don't want to listen to that, like you know, you don't have to be here. You could go to another position group if you don't want to listen to me. You can go do something else. But I'm not here to mess around.
Do you
And
try to?
that's what I had to do.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Hmm.
Um, Do you try to coach like anyone, or are you focused on being yourself and creating your own style of coaching?
But like a certain coach that I look up to and try to like be like him in a way, like coach like him.
Yeah. Or do you are you just solely you out
Um,
there?
I don't know. I kind of have my own thing. I'm kind of just like do my own thing. I guess I don't know. Like there's like bits I don't really try and be like anybody. You know, I I'll take bits and pieces from, other coaches, if I see something that I like or I see something that they do, and I'm like, oh, I could definitely use that, like whether it's my head coach or any of the other assistant coaches that I've worked with or any of the position coaches that have coached me, but then I kind of like to add my own touch to it. So I don't know, I like using other people's stuff, but there's not really anyone specific I try and mirror or copy.
What type of coaching style did you respond to best when you played football and ran track?
Um, I always prefer like a hard coaching. I like that kind of hard coaching, but not too many kids nowadays respond well to that.
Generational thing, seems to be.
Yeah, yeah, not
Um,
too many kids respond well to that now.
you played football not too long ago, graduated in 2021. So,
Yep.
how has your perspective of the game, particularly high school football, changed over these past few years, or has it even?
No, it definitely has changed. Like if we're to talk about like the kids in a way, like you kind of have to coach your coaching style has to be different, because like you could tell like if I were to just tell if I'm like correcting someone, like say one of my wide receivers is running a route a certain way, and I correct them because I want them to run it this way. This is how we run it. Like kids nowadays have like they're always like responding with something like, oh, why, and that's kind of like with this generation, they want to know why. They're like, oh, because and we were talking about it with our we had a coaches meeting for football, and we're all talking and stuff like that, just about how to how we're gonna do things this spring. And we're talking about like a lot of these kids want an explanation for things, and you can always discuss that later. But like they all have phones now. They're like, oh, like LSU does it this way. Like the LSU wide receivers run this route this way. So
LSU does it
why
this way. No
why?
way.
Yeah. Like LSU does it this way, or whatever. Like oh, like I don't know, like Devontae Adams runs a slant like this. That doesn't matter. Like they just want to know why. And sadly, I wouldn't even say sadly. It's just like sometimes it can get frustrating because sometimes you just want to. All right, this is how we run it. Yes, coach. But kids want to know why. But you just gotta know how to control that. Like, oh, do it this way. Like we'll just discuss that later. Because there's no need to stop. Like whether you're in Indy or you don't need to stop practice to explain that. Just talk about it later.
See, like personally, I'm okay with why as long as like the right situation and the right like way you're using it. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay with like,
Yeah,
hey, like why do you think this is better? Like, what did I do on this route? You know what I mean? Like so that the athlete can improve, but like when it's just like, well, why? It's like, well,
yeah. Like
be
if we're in the
coachable.
learning. Yeah, like yeah, that's the tough thing. Like if we're in like a group period or an install period, that's the time when you ask questions. But like if I tell you to just do it because this is how we're supposed to do it, because this is how our offense works, do it. If you want to know why, come ask me later.
You're so as you mentioned, you're a coach and you're young enough to, you know, sort of see through the lenses of a young individual, of a high schooler, right? But old enough
Yeah.
to see through the adult lenses at the same time. So, what advice would you give to an individual who's just starting out in life?
Um, you're not really gonna know what you want to do, and that's okay. Or you may think you know what you want to do, and then you try it out and realize that it's not what you want to do. So don't be afraid to try new things, you know. Also, if the typical college route isn't for you, I'm not saying just go pick like a 9 to 5 job or whatever, but there's other ways you can learn without going to college. Go get a license, go get a certification, like something, but always look to learn, whether you're in college or not. So the bottom line is try new things and keep trying things until you find something that you like. You don't want to get stuck doing something that you don't like. So find something that you like and then figure out how you can make money off of it and then never stop learning. Never stop learning. You can always learn no matter how old you are or young you are. You're like, you know? So that's probably it.
Preach, brother. I mean, you're gonna be what, 22, and you're still learning, like still
Yeah,
figuring it out.
22, like, but I didn't go to college, or I did like 1 year or so, and I didn't really like it. But over those years, I've tried different things. I've had different jobs. I've looked at my options, and I've built up a lot of finances, and been able to pay my car off within a year, like most people. Get stuck in a car payment that's with them forever, super high car payment. That's stuck with them for a long time, and now they got to devote their money to that, or they graduate college with lots of debt, like, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So if you don't want to go to college, go get a certification, but do something. Don't just sit around and, you know, do nothing. But if you work hard, you can be in a good position.
That's honestly a good question though. Like, could you actually like picture yourself being someone that just sits around with nothing to do, or would you go crazy?
No, like I don't know what I do if I just like sat around all day. Like I don't even like I'd get bored.
That's what
Like
I'm
I
saying.
wouldn't
I
like
have to.
I want to do something, man.
I gotta be driven to do something. Like, I gotta have some kind of goal in front of me or something. Like, I can't just sit
Mm-hmm.
and do nothing all day. Um, what do you remember what your 40 time was when you played football? Because I remember you said you ran the 40.
Yeah. I think it was like in the high, like I was it was like in the high 4.4s, or probably like 4.49 or 4.5, something like that.
That's really good, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, I think it was like a 4.5. I was never
man,
like crazy, crazy like fast, but I got I got really good technique after doing track for a couple years, and I was always a mid distance runner, but like I really did a lot more sprinting my senior year.
I mean, you always had height though, because you were always a tall receiver.
Yeah.
So like you had that to your advantage, but nah, man, 40 times. I remember my 40 time like my senior year was so bad. Like if I ever have to run the 40 again, cuz I know I might, like it might happen. Like I'm
Yeah.
praying it's better. Like I'm just going to stay low. I'm going to not stop moving my feet. Like I remember I got like a
Mm-hmm.
5.3 or something as my 40 time. I'm like,
Oh.
"Dang," cuz I was focused on like bulking up so much and stuff. I never focused on the
Oh,
speed
true.
aspect of it. So like
True.
I got slower because I remember going into it. I was like, all right, freshman year, like I was a scrawny little thing. I was fast. I'm like, but I've been at this for 3.5, 4 years. Like I'm gonna get a better 40 time, bro. I kid you not. It was terrible. Like they were like 5.3, and I was
Yeah.
like
Dang.
one kid got a 6.0, so I'm chilling.
All right.
Like
All right. At
I'm
least at
chilling.
least
I'm
you weren't the
chilling.
worst.
At least I wasn't the worst, but yeah. You mentioned it a little bit. You about learning some things throughout track, and correlating to the 40 time throughout your time running track. What's the biggest thing that you learn to make you better and more consistent?
Just with like running track or just like in life?
Running track.
Okay. Um, More like discipline, and it started to kind of stick my junior year because um like I really wanted to do good, and I started to see good results once I finally fully bought in and trusted my coach that, just listen to what he's doing. Um, or at least like end of my sophomore year, I started to see results, and I'm like, okay, and I bought into a little bit more, and then boom, I hit the ground running junior year, and things were going great. I ran the 400, the 200, the 4x4, and I did pole vault. But
Dang.
the running events I saw, I mean, even a pole vault too. I was fully bought in, like listening to my coaches, doing what they asked me to, and I was like, oh, what can I do outside of, because if you want to become elite, like an elite athlete, you got to do more than just like, just practice. Like you can go kill it at practice, and you'll probably be good, but you got to go the extra mile. Like it doesn't end, it doesn't stop at practice. Practice, you got to do the little things outside of practice. Focus on stuff like what really helped is I kind of had the speed. I had the speed for the 400, but I didn't do enough endurance training. So listening to my coaches, being disciplined, because if you want to be an elite athlete, there's going to be days where you don't want to practice, where you feel like trash, and you're like, damn, I don't want to go to practice today, man. You could choose. You could either got the choice. Am I gonna skip because I don't feel good, or am I just gonna go out there, kill it? Then I can rest after. So just discipline and listening to my coaches, because at the end of the day, for the most part, your coaches, are coaching for a reason because they have experience and they know better. So, as much as you may think with a year or two, or 3, 4 years, or however many couple years of experience you have under your belt as an athlete, your coach has been in your situation and been coaching for, a couple years, or at least however long it is. So,
Man, you're about to be 22 and you're a coach and you're talking like you're like 40 years old. I've been coaching for a minute. Like I'm him. Like
yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, I played football for all of high school. Then I played some in middle school, elementary. So say from like fourth grade to high school, that's 8 years. I've been coaching for four, I think. Four. That's 12 years of experience.
you play Pop Wonder though?
No, my mom wouldn't let me. She didn't like the
Really?
contact. So I played flag football. Yeah.
And then
I wish I
middle
did play
school?
Pop Warner, but
What middle school
hey
year
man.
she let you play?
Hmm?
Middle school she let you play or nah? Like that's when she let you play in middle school?
Oh no. I only got to contact when I was in high school. Which I don't
Really?
know what the motives was behind all of that, but she's my mom. I'm gonna listen to her at the end of the day. You know, would it have helped me out getting at least the contact? That I wouldn't say fear of contact, but like just getting used to the contact. Would that have helped me a lot more if I had played in middle school or maybe even elementary? Yeah, but hey man, just gotta roll with the punches and learn. So.
Were the
It
coaches
definitely
shocked
took me
though?
a little bit of getting used to. Huh?
Well, I said were the coaches shocked though? Were they like you never played like physical football? Like you only played flag?
Um, yeah, some of them, yeah, but I mean, I'd known majority of the kids I played with, like they've known me because I've been to school with them, played in flag football leagues, and some of them did that on the side too, other than Pop Warner. So,
All right, I've got two more questions before we wrap this thing up. All right.
all right,
So,
let's hear it.
all right. So with the NFL draft coming up, you're gonna create the most perfect draft night as a viewer. All right. So to start off, where are you watching the draft? Give me a location. Where's paradise for you to watch this draft?
Just the best place to watch it.
Yeah, like where if they said you could watch it anywhere in the world, where are you gonna watch this draft?
Mm, I don't know. I'd probably say like Hawaii or something, something like in a kid, like in
Okay.
the islands, like tropical, tropical vibes.
Okay, so on the island in Hawaii. All right, and what are you eating as an appetizer?
Appetizer. I don't know. Let's get some. Let's get some. Let's get some wings, bro. Some
Okay.
wings.
Fair, 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 valid. What's your main course?
Honestly, I don't know, man. Maybe like some smoked brisket or something like that.
Smoked brisket. Okay, I'm liking this so far. All right, and then finally, what beverage goes along with this?
Yeah,
Any beverage in the world.
beverage. Um, I mean, I'm more of like a. I've been trying to be healthy more recently and stuff like that, and watching what I'm drinking. So honestly, I'd probably just gonna be like, I don't know, some sort of like Coke Zero or something like that and water. You know?
Okay, okay. I mean, I'm not too much of a. I used to be, but I like to do water a lot now, so I'm not too much of a soda drinker anymore. It's
Yeah,
still bad for
exactly. I
me.
mean, I'll drink it every now and then, but like, it's not like, you know, I don't know, cause like I feel like it kind of it fills me up or like I start like bloating or whatever, and it's just like I don't like that feeling.
Facts. All right, so we're in Hawaii on an island, watching the draft with an appetizer of wings, a main course of brisket, and a Coke and a water.
Yeah,
I like it, dude. I like it. I like. I didn't expect the island in Hawaii, man. I like that. All right.
yeah, no, man, it's like, bro, chilling out by the beach, eating food, like,
I like it. Final question I got before I let you go. All right. If you have any
all
in
right.
mind, what goals are you looking to accomplish in the future, and what makes these goals significant and important to you?
Um, if I were to just say I'd pick like three, you know, I were to pick three. You said within this year's, what did you say?
Just in the future.
Just in the future. Um, one one big goal that I want to be able to accomplish is purchasing my first rental property.
Okay.
So that's something I want to get into. First rental property, still thinking if it's going to be a single home or a duplex or something like that. Um, Two, I want to um, I want to get to about five. See, I want to start with just seeing if I could, you know, eclipse that six-figure mark
Okay.
in 1 year. I want to see if I could do that in one full year. I feel like once I get things down pat in like a 12-month time frame, I feel like once I get things rolling, I can do that. And then I don't know, a third one would be I definitely would like to get um was it I like to serve my church a lot, and I've recently joined a new church. So I'm looking to become like a leader and whatever it is, or serve at my church. Because I recently joined a new church, and I'm just trying to get involved, go to the events, and be active in the church, and then ultimately serve. And I guess my last one will be I want to get married in the future. So
All right. Bet, dude. Bet. 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 Any kids in the future, along with the marriage, or have we not thought that far yet?
the oh no, definitely I'd say the max probably like four, but the
Four
minimum the
kids.
minimum I want at least two kids.
Okay. Okay. All
That's
right,
the
man.
max. Four's the max though.
Woo. Four. Dang. A lot of kids. I
Yeah,
can see
man.
you being a good father, though. I can
Mm-hmm.
see that. You just have like a very father esque vibe. I can
No, I
see it. I can
appreciate
see
that.
it.
No, I mean gotta be ready. Gotta be ready for it.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me,
Uh,
man. I really, really do. So thank you very, very much.
yeah, I got you.
Yes, sir, man.